had 2 days of practice. For those that were unaware, we were able to start on Friday, given how the NCAA rules are applied to backing up from our first game, which is November 11th, back 42 days. So we have 30 days in that 42-day window to practice, and used one on Friday and one on Saturday, and we're able to get a solid base of what we've been working on all fall. Obviously, drills that they're very familiar with, a lot of footwork drills, a lot of things individually and small group defensively, and then just continue to work on skill sets as we have all summer and all fall. But excited to get them back in the gym. I know they were eager to get back into a full-fledged practice. And we obviously, as you know, we changed the hill to the basket hill this fall, and I thought that went really well. So they've definitely done the right things up to this point in terms of preparation, and now as we go through the fall, it'll be one day at a time, trying to take a step forward as we go deeper into practice and then prepare for what comes later this month. Well, I put together through the off season, I was able to find every single practice from pretty much the early or mid 1990s on, either note cards or in a binder somewhere, and I was able to combine all those into practice 1, practice 2, so forth, all the way up to, I think, practice 28 is about the time we stopped really laying those out possession by possession or slot by slot, so to speak. So I put all those together along with all the drills and just kind of did an overview of what was the constants every year. And I tweaked a few things, but primarily it remains the same. The game hasn't changed a whole lot. You still have to be very good defensively, specifically in this league, and you have to be able to take care of the ball. So there's been 2 things that have really been focused on, is our ability to reduce turnovers and improve our skill area that way, and then also everything defensively. We've done a lot of work on footwork, a lot of work on closeouts, really trying to help people improve angles and spacing and their ability to close on the ball faster. So those have been the primary things that you really lay down a base first, and then as we go through the next, we'll have another 28 days between exhibition game, close scrimmage, red-white game that we'll be able to use before we hit November 11th. So it'll be an ongoing process, and we'll use those 2 practices will be used in, as far as today, part of today, with the film session. So we'll get to break down practice from Friday and Saturday. They'll see some things that went well and some things that we have to get better at, and we'll build and go forward today. Well, I think the first thing that they learned, as many of our best leaders have learned here or have done, is that a lot of your leading can be done without saying much, and your performance can really be your biggest statement. So hopefully they've learned that their production and how they play and how they practice can be the loudest words they need to say. So I think that's been the biggest thing that I've seen them take steps forward in. Their habits consistently have improved, and they've become better. They did a very good job at the end as that team grew tighter, as we talked about many times, that for as much as they improved on the court, I saw it tenfold that in the locker room in terms of the chemistry and how that culture really grew and benefited from that experience. So I think the thing you keep in mind is that you understand why things didn't go well last year and how we grew and trusted the process along the way and continue to get better. And we have to do the same thing. We can't bypass any of those steps along the way. We have to check every box, as I've said a few times to them, and understand that it is a step-by-step process. We can't fast forward out of October and think we're going to land in February sometime and not have to put in the time and do the right things along the way to make whatever comes down the road a possibility. You embrace it, you understand it. I don't hide from it. We've talked about it even with the team, but they understand also, as I just mentioned, that it will be a step-by-step process. It doesn't mean that I structure practices any easier or any differently. It'll still be, today it'll be closeouts and taking away gaps, and we'll put in ball screen defense today, so that'll be, it's day 3. It's typically how we've gone through a progression, and each day this week will be a screening situation. So we'll grow and put it all together. We've done a little bit more we started with a lot of 1-on-1 in the fall, 2-on-2, and we've slowly built to more 3-on-3 and 4-on-4, and they haven't played 5-on-5 yet. So we will get to that point as we continue to follow the progression. They understand that. I think that's the nice thing about having that experience and that leadership back. They knew what didn't go well last year and how we were able to resurrect that and and get back on the right track, and they understand how important that is as we go forward. I think in Brevin's case, it's a matter of he missed a whole year. And really, he didn't practice very much. He broke it the first time in August, and then was back, about a week before the Syracuse game, and broke it again the night before. So he really didn't get any of the repetitions, any of the drill work, and you can tell. You can tell by the rustiness in certain areas, and it's gotten better progressively through the fall. In Andy's case, I think you're looking at how he can adjust to the physicality of the game and how he can become more consistent. Now that he's into year 2 and he's had, what was kind of like a redshirt year, but kind of was not, in how his eligibility clock ran. But just understanding from his standpoint how consistent you have to be every single day. You have to practice well every day. It just doesn't happen on game night. So for both of those guys to be able to kind of find their niche and work their way along and understand, it's with both of them, I've had to remind them, don't get frustrated. Stick with it. There's going to be days when you look like $1 million, and there's days when you look like a nickel. So you just have to understand that it's trust this, keep working through it, don't get discouraged, stay competitive, but don't get discouraged by it. And I've seen progression with both of them through the fall. I thought Andy really has practiced well in the 2 days so far, but obviously it's early, and we'll see as we continue to grow and progress. But they're both, I think, on the right track. They're just in a little different spots and trying to jump different hurdles right now. Potentially, it would have to probably happen on the back end at the end of his 3 years. So that's something that we'll discuss as we go forward with our compliance department and the channels. We'd have to run it through the Big Ten office and then up to the NCAA office. But it's something that has been discussed, but we're not at a point where we can move forward with any type of appeal like that yet.